guys, welcome back to my channel. You're probably going to hear a lot of noises in this video because my Kyla was out like all day with me, and now she's in her crate because whenever I film, she like shakes up the whole bed and it's a whole thing. So I'm quarantined. If you're unaware, which would almost be impossible, coronavirus is a thing. It's like taking over the whole daggone world. I shouldn't have even just scratched my nose just now. No, I do not have it, but I went to Universal all weekend for my birthday, and my job sent me home. Well, I'm working from home, so thank God for that. I'm not just home with no pay, so that's a blessing. And I get to be in my pajamas all day, and that's why I look busted, because I actually just took my bonnet off. I was wearing a bonnet and had my glasses on, and that was a thing. So we're just basically going to jump right on into this. It's Wednesday. I missed Marvelous Monday because I was still celebrating my birthday. I got a massage that day, and then like some stuff happened, and I was just like, I physically cannot do this today. So we're skipping Whimsical Wednesday, and I think I'm gonna call this Why Me Wednesday today. Yeah. So I just was on the phone with my mother-in-law for about 2.5 hours. I really am so blessed to have a mother-in-law like her. Thank you, Marie. I love you so much. She is one of my biggest supporters, and she always just lets me vent. We were on the phone, like I said, for like 2.5 hours, and I was just rambling and venting and just talking about my emotions and why me Wednesday. So I know, like, in the past few videos I've talked about like there being a shift, and I really don't think I could have been more on point. It's 2020, we're only in March, and so many things have shifted this year, and so many, like, literally, like, so many people have joked, like, it's like we were all like 2020 is gonna be my year, we're gonna be great, and 2020 was like, hold my beer, or like, hold please, and like wrecked everything, you know what I'm saying? But so let me just start off by saying my birthday did not go as planned at all. I was supposed to get a facial Thursday night, March 12th, and then I switched it to Friday at 12:30 because I was like, I'm probably not going to get there on time because I leave work at 6, the appointment's at 6:30, I'm not going to make it in time. At 5:45 Thursday night, I got a call from the supervisor of Ulta, because that's where I was going, and she said they had to suspend my service due to coronavirus and it's not safe. And like, I completely get it because this virus is airborne. I totally get it. But I was so crushed because I had been talking about this facial, like, y'all know how long I've been talking about this facial since dinosaurs walked the planet. So I was really hurt about that, but I was like, it's fine. And like, I get it, like, safety first for sure. I legit understand. Just disappointed, but I understand. So Friday, March 13th, I slept in a little bit, Friday the 13th, and then I had to go to DMV because in Florida, your tags expire midnight on your birthday, and my birthday is on a Sunday, so like, had to get it done right then and there. And Florida's DMVs aren't open on the weekend like Virginia. Like, Virginia DMV's open on Saturdays, so I had to like rush there Friday. Anyways, we ended up going to Universal Friday. We didn't plan that, it just happened that way, and Chris and I had a blast. It was so fun. We got on like each ride in like 5 minutes or less. The longest one we waited was like 30 minutes for the Hulk ride, which is my favorite ride of all time there. Like, it's so awesome. The new Hagrid's ride is so dope. It's Chris's favorite ride, and he likes to be the motorcycle. I use the sidecar because I'm a wimp. And the motorcycle side of the ride is a little too, like, real to me. It's really scary. So we saved that until Saturday, and I was just feeling super overwhelmed with love. Like, I went out and, like, my mother-in-law hit the dance floor with me because Chris does not dance, and she didn't want me dancing by myself. So we hit the dance floor together, and it was so fun. But I will bring that story up a little bit later. And then Sunday, my actual birthday, everything was going fine, and then it kind of took a sharp turn and kind of just plunged. I always want to like scratch my nose. I'm trying not to touch my face, but it took a really sharp turn. Without completely diving into that, talking this out on YouTube really has like started to make me feel so much better. I'm not as like hurt as I was when I was talking to my mother-in-law, because like I said, we talked for about 2.5 hours and I was like getting choked up and trying to keep my emotions in check. But now, like, re-talking about it, I literally just said I'm not that hurt, but re-talking about it, I can like feel that like gut-wrenching like knots in your heart, just like feeling like at any moment you're gonna throw up or cry or both, or that just feeling of like being so raw. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just feeling so raw, like your heart is literally just like out here, like, and anybody could just like stab it right then and there. Some stuff happened the night of my birthday that really surprised me. I have really tough skin, like really tough skin, and I'm used to like, I'm no stranger to pain. I'm no stranger to disappointment. I'm sure just like the rest of the world is, you know, but there's certain things that happen in my life that has made me more aware of having boundaries with people and having your guard up with people and not being so trusting with people. And I just wasn't expecting this person to behave the way they chose to behave. And it just feels like a knife to my gut. It completely wrecked me. It's now Wednesday and this happened on a Sunday, and I'm still dealing with it and I'm still trying to cope, and it just shows me that people change like the weather, literally, like, and I swear it's always the people who are closest to you. It's never your enemies, you know what I mean? Like, it's never your enemies who can really do damage. It is like the people who are in your inner circle, like the people who like you trust with your life, and the people that know your deepest, darkest secrets, and the people that you've been there for countless times. Like, you can't even count on your hand how many times like you've helped those people like get out of dark situations, or they helped you get out of like really dark situations. So it's like you just trust them like so much, and you can't possibly like expect the worst from them, and then it happens and it just feels like the rug has been pulled from under you. And I'm not even kidding. I swear, no matter how prepared I think I am, it always happens when I'm on like cloud 9, when I'm having like the best luck, the best time of my life, when opportunities are opening themselves to me, when like I am just living my best life. My anxiety is chilling, my depression is chilling, I'm not feeling no type of way, like I am just like at the highest point of like mental stability, I guess, that something just like wrecks me, and it takes so long for me to recover. And then it like opened up a whole nother like wound that I thought I was over, and that's about how I really don't trust people, and how I'm so used to just like the friends that I have now that I don't have any motivation to have any other friends. But I'm in Florida and all my friends are in Virginia, so it's like I kind of have to have new friends here, but I'm too scared to like open up to anyone. Like, I just don't trust easily. And I think I thought like, oh, it's just too hard to make new friends. But tonight while I was talking to my mother-in-law, she was like, or you're just not opening yourself up. And I was like, me? I'm an open book. And then I realized I'm not an open book. Like, I'm an open book to certain people, but I think it's because I know that it's not going to go anywhere. Like, I'm an open book because I know, like, I can tell you what I want to tell you, and then, like, we're not going to hang out again, or, like, you're not going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, your position in my life, your role in my life isn't going to hold much gravity, if that makes any sense. Like, I hope I'm making sense there. Like, I'm not trying to be insulting or anything. I'm just, like, literally saying that's how I'm looking at it. So it's just one of those things. Like, I hate feeling this way. But that's Chris making that noise, just in case you're curious. Yeah, I hate feeling this way. I hate feeling vulnerable and like there's a target on my back. It's just, ugh. I mean, I don't really think anybody likes feeling vulnerable. It totally sucks. Especially when you get hurt. Like, if you're vulnerable and like it works out for you, that's great. But when you're vulnerable and like you at least expect someone to completely karate chop you in the gut, then it sucks. And with me, it's like I'm trying really hard to like let things go and like remember it's not all about me. Like, that the people who hurt you, it's not you. Like, they're going through something or whatever, or they don't agree with your beliefs or how you believe or what have you. It's not all about you. And sometimes you just have to remind yourself that it's not all about you and that it's them. And even though it sucks and it's a lot easier said than done, good Lord, don't I know it's a lot easier said than done, you just have to forgive them and keep it moving and remember that hopefully they'll apologize and come back to you and everything will work out, or they won't. And you'll have to either just be fine with them not apologizing and keep it moving or what have you. And it's just one of those situations where it's like you have to like feel the pain and feel it however long you need to feel it and then let it go. And I think I'm still trying to like let it go. Like, I still feel it very strongly. And then the story about like being on the dance floor with my mother-in-law. So before we did that, I was just like dancing like over like where we were, but we weren't on the dance floor, and I was looking and I saw all of these like women with like their friends and like their group of girls, and it like totally hit me how like I don't have that here in Florida. I don't have my girls that I can just be like Ariel. She is like my dancing partner. Like she invited me to her birthday party last year. And like, I'm a grandma. I normally like don't go out dancing, but we went and I like, you couldn't take me off the dance floor. I was having so much fun and I love dancing with her. And I just like love being around my girlfriends and like hanging out and like having a girls' night and all of that, and like going to get my nails done and just being like a super girly girl, or just like doing face mask and watching like Shades of Grey, like, you know, like, or 50 Shades of Grey or Magic Mike, or even though I've seen that so many times, there's just something about being like with your girls and just, you know, hanging out. And like with Jess, like we would just like go get a whole bunch of Plaza and then get wine drunk on her couch. Like, that was our relationship. And half the time we wouldn't even talk. Like, Jess and I normally like we'll just be sitting on her couch and we will just be like Snapchatting and like just like being around each other is like all we cared about. So, and then with Jenna, like Jenna, we would just talk and talk. Like I call her my therapist all the time because we just talk for like hours and hours, and we talk about our feelings, and like she just helps me see life in a whole new perspective. And just helps me like not feel like the victim, which I appreciate so much because it's very easy to fall into the victim mentality. But she like validates my feelings, but also it's like, all right, girl, come on, pull it together. So yeah, just like my girls, like I missed it so much, and I just missed just that energy. Like just like when you go out and you're all cute and you've got your girlfriends with you and like y'all are all dolled up together, just having a blast. Like it's so much fun. And Amanda, oh my gosh, I remember for my 22nd birthday, she took me out to dinner and she took me dancing, and like we had so much fun together. And I've known Amanda as long as I've known my husband, since we were 8. So like it's always special when her and I get together. So it's just like, I don't know, it was just such a moment, and I was just like, dang man, like it sucks that I don't have the people that I'm used to having like with me, especially for my birthday. Like my birthday has always been a very big deal, and like my friends know and my family know that like I celebrate my birthday the entire month of March, and I normally plan for my next birthday the day after my current birthday. So like for example, March 16th, I was already planning for next year. So, you know, I actually did not plan my birthday for next year yet, but I'm just saying, like, that's normally how it goes. And normally my friends always joke me for, like, planning so far in advance. But, yeah, it just made me realize that, like, when you move, it's almost like a full-time job finding a new friend. Because like you have to put in all this effort. Like with your current friends, you don't really have to do the legwork. Like for instance, like obviously, like if you want to hang out with them, like you obviously make plans. But I'm saying like you don't have to keep being like, hey, so do we have anything in common, and what do you like, and like basically like playing like 21 questions as adults. Like I don't really want to do that. But when you move to a whole new state and you don't have any friends, you basically have to do that. The cool thing about moving is that you get to limit how much information you want this new person to know. Like all your friends that have known you since childhood, they've seen you go through like hell and back, you know what I'm saying? But like when you move, it's like a clean slate. Like you don't have to tell them absolutely everything that you went through in your life. Like if you choose to, that's fine and dandy. But if you don't want to and you want them to know the person you are now and kind of keep it moving and leave it at that, you can do that and they won't even know. Like they won't even know. So like that's the cool like silver lining. But yeah, it totally, after tonight, it totally made me realize like how I really am so closed off. Like I don't want to start from scratch. I don't want to start all over. I don't want to like have a coffee date and you know, like I don't want to do that. Like I want us to already be like best friends, or already just be friends. Like, hey, you want to go to Target? Yeah, girl, I'm there. Or hey, Starbucks just released a new drink. Let's go get Starbucks. Or let's go see this super girly movie. Let's go get a mani-pedi. Like I love my husband. We do everything together, but we don't go get our nails done together. And I can't fault him for that. He's got extremely ticklish feet. So and he doesn't really like romantic movies, and I'm all about it. Like I made him watch This Is Us, like the first season, like one of the episodes, and he was like, I'm never watching this show again because it's making me emotional. And I live for shows like that. Like I love feeling like, you know, you get lost in like a fantasy, and then you go back to reality and you're like, all right, my life ain't that bad, but it was nice like living like it was. I don't know if that makes sense, but I know y'all know what that means. Like you watch, I'm not about to explain it. You know, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, tonight just made me realize a lot of things that I have to work on. Made me kind of look at myself in the mirror and realize that there's some things I'm struggling with. And one of the things that totally sucks to say out loud is that I did not realize how prideful I was and how big my ego was. So my entire life, my name is Marvelous. People have just like made a very big deal about my name, and I'm super bubbly and happy and giggly. So people are always like, oh my God, you're so marvelous. You're marvelous. You're marvelous. Just like, I mean, completely puffed my head all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And as of lately, haven't been feeling marvelous. People haven't been puffing my head up. And yeah, the spotlight isn't on me anymore. And it is extremely hard to deal with that. Like, I didn't really think it was gonna be that hard, but it's a lot harder because I don't feel as special as I once did. And like, yes, cry me a river, Marvelous. Seriously, there's much larger things at stake right now. But I mean, this is my channel and we're getting down to the nitty gritty. And that's another thing that I've realized, that I don't feel as special as I used to, and that's kind of been a hard pill to swallow, because like, I thought, oh, I'll always be super special, and like, I'll always be marvelous, I'll always live up to my name. But like, lately it just kind of feels like I'm so just like, you know, like I'm out of the spotlight, and I don't know, it's like my skin's getting all tingly because I don't really like talking about stuff like this at all. It like makes me want to throw up. But we're talking, you know, that's all about why I even started this series, Marvelous Mondays, is to talk about like all the hard stuff, and to talk about anxiety and depression and all the stuff you don't want to talk about. And hopefully it like helps someone. Hopefully it like makes you feel better and makes you understand, or makes you feel like there's someone else who gets it. Because it just like, it's so hard to like not feel alone when you deal with like a mental illness, you know what I'm saying? And I hate like saying like I have anxiety and like my anxiety, because like I don't want to claim it, like I don't want that. Someone take it from me. But it's very real, and the past few days I've really been struggling, and I'm very thankful that I'm like quarantined, because it's giving me some time to like reflect on my life and write in my journal and really kind of just like get down to the nitty gritty and like deal with stuff that's like triggering me. Instead of like having to put on a brave face and like go out into the public and like be at work for 9 hours a day and smile, even though like I'm screaming on the inside because there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes. So it is definitely a blessing in disguise. I'm very thankful that I even have the opportunity to work from home. Not a lot of people have that opportunity, so I'm very thankful. But it's just giving me a lot of time to just think and think and think and just think about how, as of lately, I just have been feeling like super mediocre, like less than mediocre, just like I'm here, you know, like I'm here. Oh yay, I'm here, it's marvelous, you know. Were you looking for me? You know, like that's kind of how I feel. Like I'm just like, oh, it's just little old me, nobody's special. When before, like, oh my God, like, and don't get me wrong, I definitely have my days where my confidence is like through the roof, and I'm like, ooh girl, bring it down, like I'm getting a little too cocky there. But then there's other days where I'm just like, man, ugh. You know, like you just don't really feel like anything. Like you don't have energy, you don't have motivation, you're just feeling like real just basic. It makes me think, I don't know if y'all have seen A Bug's Life, but there's a scene where Hopper is talking to Flick. I think that's his name, Flick, right? Or Flip. I think it's Flick. And he was like, why am I even talking to you? You're not the queen. You don't even smell like the queen. And then there's another scene where he was like, you're lower than dirt. You're an ant. Like, that's how I feel right now. That's so dramatic, but that's all I can see. It's like Hopper yelling at Flick, talking about some, basically, you ain't nothing. You just a little stupid little ant. I could crush you and nobody would even miss you. And obviously, like, no, I know people would miss me if like something happened to me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I relate to the feeling of like just feeling like a little ant, like a little ant, really. And that's what I wanted to come up here and talk about. And one day I just know I'll like look back on this and be like, dang, I remember exactly what I was going through. And look at me, I came out on the other end of the tunnel, and I'm so much stronger because I dealt with that and I voiced it and I wrote it down in the letter, and then I burnt the letter because I was releasing that negative energy back out there. Like, I don't want this stuff bottled up. Like, I just take it. So, that's just, that's how I'm feeling. Oh my goodness. I swear, like, I'm turning into like a 7-year-old woman. Sometimes my brain works and sometimes it doesn't. I have like a thought and then it just totally disappears. Like, totally disappears. Someone told me the other day, actually, this is totally off subject, but there's something new coming up on my channel soon. I'm doing a collab with a very dear friend of mine, and I was talking to her about some things, and she told me something that I absolutely love. And she told me that when people like tell you something and it's negative, to just tell them, this is not meant for me. I'm just gonna give you back that negative energy because it's not meant for me. Like, this is all you. And I vibe with that so hard. Like, so hard this week. Like, this isn't meant for me. Take this crap back. Like, positive vibes only. Literally. Like, I don't want none of that negative crap. I don't want any of it. Like, take that energy back. That same energy you just tried to give me, I'm gonna give it right on back to you because I don't want it. It's not welcomed here. Don't want it. But she's also a fellow YouTuber, Tai Land XOX. She's incredible. She does crafts and do it yourself. And like I said, we have a collab coming up that I'm super stoked about, but follow her. She's incredible. But yeah, we were talking and she said that, and that like resonated with me because I was just like, dang, that's so right. Like, I've always tried really hard to just be like the yes girl. Like, anything you need, yes, I gotcha. You need this done? Yes, I gotcha. Yes. Are you happy, Marvelous? Yes, I'm always happy. And I was telling her that like some days I just like don't feel like being the yes girl. Like, when do I get to say no? And when do I get to tell somebody off? Like, I don't appreciate how you were talking to me. Take this back. And she was telling me like, one day, like, I'll have these incredible comebacks and be able to tell people like, don't got time for that. Take it away. So, but yeah, that made me laugh but see, this is what I'm talking about. And she also lives in Virginia. So like, and she always knows what to say, and she's so awesome. I love spending time with her. I miss her so much. But, that's another woman that I'm like, I'm so sad that we're not like in the same state anymore. So, but it's okay. It's okay because I will keep pushing forward, and we FaceTime all the time, so it's totally cool. If we're not FaceTiming, we're like texting. So, and that's really like a lot of my girlfriends. I love y'all so much because y'all keep in touch with me so much, and it's so sweet to me. And even the ones I don't talk to a lot, y'all are in my hearts, and it makes me so happy. And y'all checking on me, and so many people wishing me happy birthday, and it was so sweet, and I appreciate it. And that's all I got for y'all tonight. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope a lot of it resonates with you, and you can just maybe also write a letter to whoever hurt you, or even to yourself, like an apology letter if you feel like you let down your younger self. I did that like a month ago. I wrote a letter to my younger self, apologizing for all the stuff that I dealt with, because she never would have dealt with that, if I would have kept that same mentality that I did as a child. She had such high hopes and dreams and such high standards. Like, I was like, okay, 10-year-old Marvelous, like, you were the boss. You were a boss. So yeah, I didn't burn that letter yet because I feel like I'm not even done with it. Like, I feel like there's so much more I want to say. But it's actually kind of funny. I got that idea from You, season 2, which is bizarre because I don't know if you've seen that show, but if you have, you know why it's bizarre that I got that idea there. But I mean, the idea was smart, to write a letter and then burn it and like release that energy back into the world. Just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, all right. I said this is it about 50 freaking times now. So I'm gonna go. Hope you guys have an amazing night, and I hope that this helped y'all. If it did, let me know in the comments below. We can start a whole discussion, and I'll see you guys next time. Sorry that it's 2 days late, but this whole video I explained why. So bye guys.